Into the Music Hall, finally, where our guest this afternoon, Lou Reed, is in the midst of a tour that brought him to the Wiltern Theater for a sold-out show last night. Later on, you've got a chance to meet Lou. He's going to be hanging out at Tower Records on Sunset, signing copies of his new album, which is called Set the Twilight Reeling. Congratulations, by the way, on the release of your new record. That'll be getting underway at around 8:30 tonight again at Tower. Right now, he's on a break from taping The Tonight Show with Jay Leno that's going to air this evening, and he's brought his whole band in here to play some live music for us today. Good afternoon, Lou.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good. We should introduce the band.
I was going to ask you to do that, so...
Okay. On the drums, we have Tony Thunder Smith. You want to hit the drums?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Thank
Thunderous.
you. Yes. On the bass, the fretless bass, the magnificent Fernando Saunders.
Let's hear a little... That's just beautiful.
And on guitar, the wonderful Michael Rathke.
Now, Fernando's been with you for a number of years.
Fernando and I go back a real long time.
Yeah. The rest, these other two?
Mike's only been with me 8 years.
So Lou Reed here in the Music Hall. Last night at the Wiltern Theater, a wonderful show. You opened the set with a real nice version of Sweet Jane, and I was hoping that we could get this session underway with Sweet Jane, if that's okay with you guys.
Sure.
Okay,
It'll be
awesome.
fun.
Beautiful. Lou Reed here in the Music Hall at FM 101.9.
1, 2, 3. Standing on the corner, suitcases in my hand. Jackson's corset chain is in her vest. I'm in a rock and roll band, riding a Stutz Bearcat jam. Those were different times. Ooh, poets studied rules of verse, and the ladies rolled their eyes. You know they're saying, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane. Now Jackie is a banker, and Jane, she is a clerk. Both them save their monies, honeys, or when they come home from work. Ooh, baby, sitting by the fire, the radio does play the March of the Wooden Soldiers, and you can hear Jack, you could hear Jack saying, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane. Some people like go out dancing. Then there's other people like us, we go to radio stations and play in the afternoon. There's even some evil mothers, they're just gonna tell you that life's just made out of dirt. That the pretty women never really faint, that villains always blink their eyes, that children are the only ones who blush, or that life's just to die. But I want to tell you something. Anyone's ever had a heart won't turn around and break it. Anyone's ever played a part won't turn around and hate it. There's that Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, Sweet Jane, sweet, sweet, a sweet, sweet, a sweet Jane, a sweet, 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 a sweet Jane.
All right. Lou Reed in the Music Hall here at FM 101.9. Ever since the what was it called now? Peel Slowly and See, the box set, the Velvet Underground box set came in. We've been playing the original, I guess it was the original version of Sweet Jane, which had that little bridge in it where you sing, "Heavenly wine and roses whisper to me when you smile."
Heavenly wine and roses seem to whisper to me when she smiles. That one.
Yeah, what happened to that? How come that was left off the studio?
I quit the group, and in retaliation, the end of my song was lopped off by management just to teach me a lesson. They confused it with my penis. They lopped off the end of my song. But then Margot Timmons and Cowboy Junkies re-recorded songs. They put the ending back in. Thank you, Margot. So that's the story.
Yeah, that was a nice little bridge. Did you ever consider bringing
Sometimes
it back in?
Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. It depends on the mood.
So many bands, well, for instance, the group Luna, who opened for you last night, REM, big Velvet Underground fans, cite the Velvets as a major influence. What do you think it was about the Velvet Underground that creates such devotion in young musicians?
Well, you can hear it all over K.D. Lang's records.
You think so?
I'm kidding. It's like, a heavy K.D. Lang influence.
Do you like Katie?
Sure. Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
She's wonderful. She was just here a couple 2 weeks ago or so.
Yeah.
Good show.
Terrific.
No thoughts then on why people revere the Velvet Underground?
Oh, but I mean that's not for me to say.
Yeah.
It's too awkward a question for me to say. I mean, I know it's not my good looks, so it must be something else.
One of the founding members of the group, I hate to hit you with such heavy stuff here in the beginning, but it seems essential to cover this. Sterling Morrison passed away last year. I think it was of leukemia. You two were pretty close. Lymphoma. You two were pretty close.
Sure.
How did his death affect you? I mean, the Velvets had just sort of reunited and done that tour not too long ago.
I wrote a little article for the New York Sunday Times that kind of went over that. So, but one of the ways it affected me is to try to enjoy things even more. Have fun playing.
Not unlike how you responded to the death of the person to whom Magic and Losses
right
about or dedicated.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of closed that subject for me. Mm-hmm. Now I just, having said all that, I just want to rock. Well, then rock on. I'm here to have fun. Lou Reed in the Music Hall here at FM 101.9. You want to know what song we're doing? Is that what you're trying to find out? Did we say we do New York City Man? That'd be great. Okay. Lou Reed here in the Music Hall at 101.9. Count on me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only lead to trouble if you break my heart, if you accidentally crush it on the Ides of March. I'd prefer you were straightforward. You don't gotta go through all of that. I'm a New York City man. Say go and that is that. Say go and that is that. New York City man, you just say go and that is that. It's far too complicated to make up a lie that you'd have to remember. And really, really why? I really wouldn't want to be around you if you didn't want to have me around. I'm an M-A-N-N man. Close your eyes and I could be gone. Look around and I'm gone. York City man, look around and I'll be gone. Brutus made a pretty speech. Caesar was betrayed. Lady Macbeth went crazy, but Macbeth ended slayed. Ophelia and Desdemona leaving Hamlet in a play. But I'm no Lear with blinded eyes, say go and I am gone. The stars have shut their eyes up tight, the earth has changed its course. A kingdom sits on a black knight's back as he tries to mount a white jeweled horse, while a clock full of butterflies on the hour releases 1,000 moths. You say leave and I'll be gone without any remorse. No letters, faxes, phones, or tears, there's a difference between bad and worse. Blink your eyes, blink your eyes, blink your eyes, and I'll be gone. New York City, baby. Blink your eyes and I am gone. New York City, I love you. I'm a New York City man. New York City, I love you. Ooh, New York City man. New York City, I love you. Blink your eyes and I'm gone. New York City, I love you. Ooh, New York City man.
Lou Reed in the Music Hall here at FM 101.9. What a great band you have, and it must be such a pleasure for you to be able to play with this bass player here. He's extraordinary. Fernando, you're just
We call him Mozart.
He's so jovial too. It's great to see somebody coming in such a good mood. That sounded good. You've been writing about New York for what? For like 30 years. New York City pops up in probably at least once, probably many more times in each one of your albums. I'm wondering what it is about New York that aside from the fact that you live there, that makes it so fertile for material for you.
Well, the Chamber of Commerce pays me this, rent-free apartment. It's really kind of cool. It's just a very inspirational thing for me, and it's so much bigger than I am. So you can never. I just thought of it as it's just this thing that controls everything about you, pretty much. The way you cross the street, the way you look at people, the attitudes you have. People say, if you can survive there, you can go any place. It's really true.
Well, it's interesting contrast. I remember reading somewhere where you said you like New York because you could go to Lincoln Center, and there are two versions of Hamlet playing at one time.
Well, the cultural side of it, sure. The
cultural side's great.
I mean, when a movie opens.
But you've also written about the dark side, and that's an interesting kind of contrast.
Well, what goes up has to go down, as they say. I didn't say that, by the way, but it seems to happen.
You were a pretty heavy smoker for a long time. Not to change the subject, and I understand you quit.
Not to change the subject. What do you call it?
Changing the subject.
Yeah.
And you quit, what, a year and a half ago?
It's a year and a month.
Was it
7 hours?
How did you? In 5 minutes. Was it hard? How did you do it?
Excruciating.
Was it just cold turkey?
No, I've been.
Tell me about the process.
I have been quitting for years. You know the joke. I'm an expert at quitting. I've done it so many times. Essentially, the way I did it was Chinese herbs, acupuncture, and wearing a patch for a week. Uh-huh. And then, some Demerol every 2 hours.
Where do they Where did the needles
By the
go
time
in?
I woke up,
Is there a specific place
in
on
your
the
ear?
Oh, and that's the anti-smoking pressure point? Or?
It's a pressure point, and they also put a little herb there. And every time you want a cigarette, you press your ear, and it hurts so much. Yeah. No, it's very strange. My Chinese doctor, whatever he did, it made it so that when I had a cigarette, it almost made me faint. It was really strange.
What was it that was the last straw? I mean, like, how did you get from
Well, I couldn't
quitting
smoke.
temporarily and then finally saying, okay,
Actually-
I'm quitting now for good, this is it?
Because they made me so sick. That's all. But I also, the way I quit smoking cigarettes was to give up coffee.
Gave up coffee and cigarettes.
I gave up coffee so I could quit cigarettes. I
Is
know
there-
they say you're not supposed to do that, but
Well, so the coffee and the cigarettes went so closely together that the only way to lose one was-
hopelessly intertwined. Like coffee and a cigarette, first thing. Coffee and a cigarette, coffee and a cigarette. You know, so you couldn't like lop off only one limb. I had to behead the entire monster.
Lou Reed here with us in the Music Hall at 101.9.
All the eens had to leave my life.
Would you, the Eans?
Yeah. Caffeine.
Oh, them.
Nicotine.
Those Eans.
Modeines. And the Bodines, they left too.
How about something else? Your choice.
right.
What do you want to play?
We're gonna try it for the first time anywhere on this planet as we know it. A song from the album called "The Proposition," but this is our acoustic version.
This is not common for you to be playing acoustic, is it? Or
Radio stations we play acoustic, and we play acoustic. When we can't get to our amps. I mean, but
well, good.
he plays that on stage. That's an electric acoustic. This has a pickup in it. I play this one on stage too. And he play actually. So in fact, these are from the show. And he plays those. Right. That's
So this is the proposition for the first
Yeah.
time anywhere, acoustic.
okay.
2, 3, 4.
You can't have the flower without the root. You can't have the fire without the suit. Even a stripper needs a red tassel suit. And we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. In every war, the North needs the South. And everyone knows all assholes have a mouth. Without mystery, what would writers talk about? And we were meant to be. We were meant to be. Your foot needs your arm and your arm needs your knee. An apple needs pits the way a melon needs seeds. And one of these days I know that you will need me, 'cause we were meant to be. And we were meant to be. Your mother's an ogre, your father's a scamp. You won't see my parents on any stamp. But just like a bulb screws into a lamp, we were meant to be. Or we were meant to be. The way AIDS needs a vaccine, somewhere a vaccine needs AIDS. The way a victim needs life, a life needs to be saved. Out of all of this will come a better way. So you can go to Europe, Los Angeles, or Mars. You can stand on a building throwing cinder blocks at cars. You can practice deep voodoo, but in fact you'll see we were meant to be. We were meant to be. We were meant to to be. Oh, we were meant to be. We were meant to be. Ooh, we were meant to be. Yeah.
Lou Reed here at FM 101.9. You just had a birthday a couple weeks ago. I wanted to ask you about that. I'm hoping to still be able to, but I was just flashed a sign. Apparently, your handlers want to know when I'm going to ask you about the new album.
Gee, I wonder why they said that.
So, Lou, what about the new album?
Uh-huh.
It's called Set the Twilight Reeling, and it's blue.
Uh-huh.
Not unlike some other records that you've done.
Uh-huh. It's a great album. Was recorded with the guys here. I think it's a real upbeat album. I think people really like it.
It is an
if they
upbeat
get
album.
to hear it.
It starts out a little dark. Egg Cream, although it has a sort of a frivolous kind of title, sounds very sort of dark. But as you go through the record, there's definitely some bright moments to it. And
some bright moments.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we're talking about the same record.
yeah, it's a bright record.
I mean, Egg Cream's just heavy metal. I mean, I don't know what makes you think it's dark. I mean, it's just big guitar. You know. There's a song about a soda. How dark can that be?
Good point. Well, it's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But anyway,
It's
so
just big.
it's big, and
don't be afraid of big things.
No, I'm not afraid. It was just
that's okay.
it sounded how would I describe it? Well, I know. I suppose people can listen for themselves. The listening stations will have them tonight at the in-store at Tower, where you can spend some time with the new Lou Reed album. Anyway, you just turned, if you don't mind me revealing your age, 54. How did you celebrate your birthday? This was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Did you have a party?
No, I went out with a very close friend for a date.
Oh yeah. Do you feel like you're getting old, or are you?
Well, how old are you?
34 to be 35.
Do you?
A little bit, yeah.
You're a little over the top right now.
I'm starting to feel like I'm losing time.
Too old for rock and roll? Jeez. I don't know. You tell me. I'm the one sitting here playing it.
You don't come across as old.
Oh, jeez. What is old? You tell me. You got me puzzled now.
What about your new relationship? You're with Laurie Anderson now. She's an artist. You are an artist as well.
Yeah.
Do you well, how does this one differ from relationships that you've had in the past? Or
Actually, that's none of your business.
okay. Do you influence each other's work?
I don't really talk about that, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, that's off limits. When do we play Egg Cream? Speaking of Egg Cream.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I was a young man, no bigger than this. A chocolate egg cream was not to be missed. So you bet chocolate syrup, salsa water mixed with milk. Stir it up to a heady froth, make it just like silk. You scream, I steam, we all want egg cream. You scream, I steam, we all want egg cream. Go to Junior's, Dave's on Canal Street. Guess there's Ken's in Boston, must be something in LA. But Becky's on Kings Highway was the egg cream of choice. You don't believe me, just ask any other boys. You scream, I steam, we all want egg cream. We scream, I steam, we all want good thing I remember about PS 92 was the creams made. Becky's was a fearsome brew. 50 cents, you got a shot. Chocolate bubbles up the nose. Made it easy to deal with knife fights. Kids pissing the street. You scream, I steam. We all want that cream. You steam, I scream. We all want that cream. So the next time you're in Brooklyn, please say a word from me. Antonio's for pizza, downtown at Al and Shirley's. When you sit down at Becky's, you go say hello. Get some chocolate egg cream. Want to stay and want to go. Ho, ho. You steam, I steam. We all want egg cream. You steam, I scream. We all want egg cream.
So is Becky's the ultimate egg cream?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it now for West Coasters who don't drink egg creams, if you would just describe the delicacy for us?
It's just a chocolate soda with milk in it.
It is good, isn't it?
It's wonderful.
Were you a big fan of those when you were younger?
Always. Yourself?
Yes, yes. Coming from Long Island, I was. My dad used to make them for me. We decided you were going to do 4 songs. You had mentioned Dirty Boulevard. Is there any chance we could get you to do? I know you got to get back to Leno, but it sounded great this afternoon. And if you could squeeze one more in, it'd be fabulous.
Pedro lives out of the Wilshire Hotel, looks out a window without glass. The walls are made of cardboard, newspapers on their feet. The old man beats him 'cause he's too tired to beg. He's got 9 brothers and sisters, they're brought up on their knees. It's hard to run when a coat hanger hits you on the thigh. Pedro dreams of being old or killing the old man. Slim chance he's going to the boulevard. Get it out. For the dirty boulevard, I'm going down. For the dirty boulevard, going out. For the dirty boulevard, get it out. Costs $2,000 a month. You better believe it, baby. It's true. Somewhere there's the landlord laughing until he wets his pants. No one dreams of being a doctor, a lawyer, or anything. They just dream of dealing on the boulevard. Give me you're hungry, you're tired, you're poor, I'll piss on 'em. That's what the statue of bigotry says. You're poor huddled masses. Why don't we just go clubbing to death, get it over with, and dump 'em on the boulevard. Get it out. On the dirty boulevard, I'm going down. On the dirty boulevard, get it out. On the dirty boulevard, going down. Outside, it's a bright night. There's an opera at Lincoln Center. Movie stars arrive by the limousine. The Klieg lights shoot out over Manhattan skyline. But the lights are out on the mean streets. Small kid stands by the Lincoln Tunnel, selling plastic roses for the buck. Traffic's backed up to 39th Street. The TV whores are calling the cops out for a suck. Back at the wheel, Pedro sits there dreaming. Find a book on magic in a garbage can. Looks at the pictures, looks up the cracked ceiling. By the count of 3, baby, I hope I can disappear and fly away from the dirty boulevard. I wanna fly from the dirty boulevard, fly away from the dirty boulevard. I wanna fly. Fly, fly, fly away. Fly, fly, fly away, fly away, fly, fly, fly away, fly away, fly, fly, fly away. And dirty boulevard, I'm gonna fly. Dirty boulevard, I'm gonna fly. Fly away.
All right. Lou Reed here at the Music Hall at FM 101.9. You can meet Lou and get a copy of the new album, Set the Twilight Reeling, signed this evening. The in-store at Tower on Sunset in West Hollywood will get underway at about 8:30. And then look for Lou and the group on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno this evening. Lou and Fernando and the rest of you guys, Mark and Tony, thank you so much for coming in. It's been a real pleasure to have you here this afternoon. It sounded wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, take it easy.
You're probably